A terrible event unfolded in San Diego. It happened early yesterday morning. A Cessna 550 aircraft met a tragic end. The plane crashed into a residential neighborhood. This neighborhood was Murphy Canyon. The community was shaken by this sudden disaster. The crash occurred with little warning. It brought devastation to a quiet morning. This news report will try to piece together what we know so far. We will look at the facts as they have emerged. The specific details paint a grim picture. The crash happened on Thursday, May 23, 2025. The time was approximately 3:45 a.m. local time. That is very early in the morning. The aircraft was on its approach. Its destination was Montgomery Field Airport. The crash site is about 2 miles from this airport. This proximity to its landing point makes the crash even more perplexing for investigators. The aircraft was so close, yet disaster struck. The aircraft, a Cessna 550, did not just fall from the sky. Reports indicate it struck high-tension power lines. This happened just before the final impact. The crash itself was catastrophic. It destroyed at least one home completely. Several cars in the vicinity were burned. The scene was one of chaos and destruction. Debris was scattered over a significant area. First responders faced a challenging situation upon arrival. The darkness and the wreckage complicated their efforts. The immediate aftermath saw a swift emergency response. About 100 people were evacuated from the Murphy Canyon neighborhood. This was a necessary precaution. The safety of residents was paramount. Sadly, there were injuries on the ground. 8 people sustained injuries. One of these individuals required hospitalization. Their condition is being monitored. The evacuation and injuries highlight the danger posed to the community. The crash impacted not just those on board, but also those on the ground. The human cost of this tragedy is immense. All 6 people aboard the Cessna 550 are presumed dead. This is a devastating loss for their families and friends. Each victim had a life, a story, a network of people who loved them. The confirmation of their deaths casts a dark shadow over this incident. As we delve into the investigation, we must remember the individuals. Their loss is the central tragedy here. The small jet was carrying a group connected by their work and passions. Among the victims was Dave Shapiro. He was a co-founder of Sound Talent Group. This is a prominent music agency. Shapiro was well known in the music industry. He represented notable acts like Sum 41 and Vanessa Carlton. Beyond his career, he was an avid pilot. He was also a certified flight instructor. He had 15 years of flying experience with Velocity Aviation. His expertise makes the circumstances of the crash even more puzzling. He was by all accounts a skilled and careful aviator. Another victim identified is Daniel Williams. He was the former drummer for the rock band The Devil Wears Prada. He was a founding member of the band. He parted ways with them in 2016. Hours before the crash, Williams posted images on Instagram. These images showed him and Dave Shapiro in the cockpit of an aircraft. This poignant final post offers a glimpse into their journey. It is a tragic reminder of lives cut short. His contributions to music will be remembered by many fans. 2 other victims were employees of Sound Talent Group. Emma Huke was 25 years old. Kendall Fortner was 24 years old. They were young professionals working alongside Dave Shapiro. Their promising careers have been tragically ended. The loss of these individuals is deeply felt within their company. It is also felt by their families and the wider community. The full list of victims may yet grow as official identifications are completed. The music world in particular is mourning multiple losses from this single event. The critical question now is, what went wrong? The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, is leading the investigation. This is standard procedure for aviation disasters. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, is also providing assistance. This indicates the thoroughness of the inquiry. One curious detail has emerged. The pilot of the Cessna 550 did not report any issues to air traffic control. There was no emergency declared. This silence from the cockpit is a key piece of the puzzle investigators must solve. Weather conditions at the time are a significant focus. Foggy conditions were reported in the San Diego area. This was around 3:45 a.m., the time of the crash. Fog can severely impact visibility for pilots. It makes landings particularly challenging. Investigators will be meticulously reviewing meteorological data. They will want to understand the precise conditions the pilot faced. Was the fog a primary factor, or did it combine with other issues? This is what the NTSB will try to determine. Navigating in fog requires reliance on instruments. Adding to the complexity, Montgomery Field Airport was experiencing technical glitches. These glitches affected systems crucial for landing. The Automated Surface Observing Station, or ASOS, was inoperative. This system provides vital weather data to pilots. It was down due to an unrelated power surge. This technical glitch meant pilots might not have had the latest surface weather information directly from the airport's automated system. This lack of information could have been critical in foggy conditions. Furthermore, there was another issue at the airport. A notice to pilots, known as a NOTAM, had been filed. This NOTAM concerned the lighting system for one of the runways. Specifically, the runway the Cessna pilot was aiming for had this issue. The lighting system is designed to guide landing planes. A problem with this system, especially in low visibility, is a serious concern. Investigators will examine if these airport-specific technical problems played a role. The confluence of fog and airport system issues is a serious line of inquiry. The investigation into this tragic crash is multifaceted and ongoing. The NTSB team is working diligently. They are collecting evidence from the crash site. They are also gathering records and interviewing witnesses. One challenge is that the Cessna 550 was not equipped with a flight data recorder. These black boxes are invaluable in crash investigations. However, officials are looking into whether the aircraft had a cockpit voice recorder. If present and recoverable, it could provide crucial insights into the final moments of the flight. We know the aircraft struck high-tension power lines before crashing. This detail is significant. It helps establish a timeline of the final seconds. Did the aircraft descend too low? Was the pilot disoriented? Did the power line strike disable the aircraft critically? These are questions the NTSB will explore. The location of the power line strike relative to the airport and the intended runway will be carefully mapped. This will help reconstruct the aircraft's flight path and descent profile. Every piece of information is vital. The public will have to wait for definitive answers. The NTSB expects to release a preliminary report within 30 days. This report will outline initial findings. However, the final comprehensive report will take much longer. These investigations are incredibly detailed. They typically take 12 to 24 months to complete. The goal is not just to find the cause, it is also to make recommendations to prevent similar tragedies in the future. This thoroughness is essential for aviation safety. The impact on the Murphy Canyon community is profound. Residents were jolted awake by a disaster on their doorsteps. The evacuation, the site of the crash, and the loss of life in their neighborhood will leave lasting scars. The city of San Diego mourns with them. Support services will be important for those affected. As the investigation proceeds, the community waits for answers. They also begin the slow process of healing. The coming weeks and months will be challenging, but understanding what happened is a crucial first step.